A warm welcome to the video, and today I'm flying with Fly Dubai in one of their 737 Maxes from Dubai down to Muscat, and on this whopping 42-minute flight I'll be flying in their business class product. Completely unnecessary, but worth a look anyway in the spirit of research. If that is of interest to you, then do stay tuned. I'd arrived into Terminal 1 at Dubai with Pegasus, and because I was connecting, I got to experience connections at Dubai Airport. This was quite an efficient service. Essentially, I came into Terminal 1, stayed on the airside, didn't enter the country, so no immigration, and then caught a bus over to Terminal 2, having still not gone through immigration, as I was passing straight through and heading down to Muscat. Terminal 2 is a very well-used, low-cost terminal at Dubai. I'd upgraded with Fly Dubai the night before and thought that would give me access to the Fly Dubai lounge. One of those moments where I probably should have read the small print, because nope, I wasn't allowed in there. I did have a very brief spell in the Marhaba lounge, which is what we're looking at now, but to be honest, it wasn't great, and this was my preferred place to be as I waited for my flight over to Muscat. Now, had I flown with Fly Dubai's main business class product, I would have been taken to the plane in a separate bus and ultimately would have got to go straight to a different gate, and it would have been an all-round better experience. This is a 2-year-old jet, and here's the layout that we've got today. Just 3 rows of business class on board this 2-year-old 737 Max. Now, I don't know about you, but for a 42-minute flight, am I going to be able to cope? Yep, I think so. So this 2-2 layout with 3 rows is incredible for such a short flight. Lots of room and actually lots of privacy too. And bearing in mind, this is the equivalent business class intra-Europe product with British Airways, and the same again with Delta in the USA. So quite a big difference in terms of what is essentially the same type of product. Soon it was time for the safety video. A bit more of a look around this amazing seat, very spacious indeed, and we were ready for the off. It was amazing to look out of the apron at the amount of aircraft that were just sat there waiting for their next mission. Lots of A380s and 777s. Back to the seat then, so plenty of power, and as you'll see there, Bluetooth connectivity alongside that massive screen, really good noise cancelling headphones, and a bottle of water waiting at the seat for me. The IFE was excellent too, with loads of choice, be that films or TV programmes too. A nice touch was a pre-departure beverage as well. I'd forgot to mention that before. Anyways, here we are heading out to the runway at Dubai for our turn to depart on this amazing day, and I must apologise on behalf of Fly Dubai for the filthy window. Nothing I could do about that, unfortunately, and I was gutted because it was a beautiful day for flying. Anyway, here we go. Beautiful day for flying, and grime aside, look at that window, it's just filthy. But anyways, it was a beautiful day, and if you look past the grime, you'll be able to get wonderful views of both Dubai Airport and also downtown Dubai. If you look closely, and you've got no choice, thanks again to the grime, you'll just about be able to make out the Burj Khalifa surrounded by lots of clouds. If you're ever in Dubai, it's definitely worth a visit. It's quite incredible to be that high up, but still being in a building. Now, it was only about 8:30 a.m, but I was offered some champagne, so of course, in the spirit of research, thought it was only right that I partook. The tray table pops out of the arm as I prepared for breakfast. It was a short flight, so I wasn't expecting too much. I did like it though, that the flight attendant came along and popped a tablecloth on top before delivering me my breakfast. It was snacky in its form, but it was actually all fresh and very welcome as we headed down to Muscat. It was a very smooth flight down the coast to Muscat on that particular day. Here we are, making our final approach. I also thought I'd share some mobile footage of the economy cabin for Fly Dubai, which also looks really, really smart. You can buy seats at the front of the aircraft that have more legroom, so something to bear in mind if you're flying with them in the future. So as we get onto our final approach into Muscat, let's just review Fly Dubai on this very short flight in their business class product. As I said right at the start, if you are flying, be sure you understand what you're getting for your money. I was a bit caught out that with a business class fare, I didn't get automatic access to their business lounge. Not the end of the world, but it was just something I should have checked on before I flew. That said, the seats, the service, the refreshments on board were absolutely excellent. I paid about $150 for the upgrade, and whilst to absolutely say that was unnecessary, it still made for a very nice trip between Dubai and Muscat. The seats were akin to a long haul flight, and whilst I didn't get to go lay flat on this particular flight, those seats will go lay flat if you're on some of Fly Dubai's longer rotations up to Europe or further. One other thing to mention is that if you're with Emirates Skywards, you can actually claim miles for Fly Dubai flights as well. So just bear that in mind, because that's a useful extra bonus if you do need to fly short haul across the Middle East. Here we are then, arriving at our gate in Muscat after a very, very pleasant flight indeed. Thanks so much for watching, and a very, very special thank you to my subscribers. I really appreciate people taking the time to watch my videos and follow me on my adventures. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon, and I've got more to come from this beautiful place when I fly with Oman Air from here up to London, and I'll also be posting my Pegasus flight between Prague through Istanbul and to Dubai in the near future too, so keep a lookout for those videos. Once more, thanks again, and see you on the next one.